Welcome, 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 everyone. So happy you're here with me. I'm happy I'm here with you. Once again, this is Chef SK. I'm your host, Sean Kelly, and I'm happy to share with you today my beef and lamb meatballs with a homemade tomato sauce and an Asian-inspired savoy cabbage salad to get you started. All right, so now we have your beef and lamb meatballs. And I had a friend talk to me about this one. He says, what are you thinking mixing those two meats together? But I really do like this one. I'm introducing some people to some lamb. So here we have a little fresh thyme. We'll be chopping some fresh parsley, a little bit of olive oil, garlic, onion. And we have a nice little stink to a sheep's milk Parmesan and a little bit of panko, some eggs to bind everything up. So let's get some of our fresh parsley chopped. Probably just about a half cup of this here. Now the parsley brings a little Italian feel to it, and then the thyme kind of stands out with the lamb. We're gonna finish this dish with a little parsley and a little fresh thyme right into the pasta as well. Pound of beef there. We're gonna go in with our fresh thyme. All right, a little bit of olive oil. I do like adding an extra little bit of fat in there. We've got some cheese, probably just about a half cup of the sheep's milk cheese. Panko. About a quarter cup there. Always salt and pepper. All right. Little onion powder. 2 eggs. All right, and we'll get to mixing. So we're not going to make these meatballs too big. Probably serve about 4 on everybody's plate there. So to go with this, we're gonna make a quick 1-minute tomato sauce actually. There's really no cooking involved. It's just some tomato paste, a little bit of olive oil, and fresh basil, and a little bit of fresh garlic. All right, you really wanna work all this through here. We have a little tray here because I want to catch the nice richness of the fat that's going to be dripping off the meatballs there. So we got our stove on 375 now. It'll be about 25 minutes for the meatballs at 375, and then we're going to jack it up, get a little color on the outside, so we'll broil them at the end. So with these, like I said, is the beef and lamb, but we really could substitute anything in for here, but a nice mix is a little bit of cheese, a little bit of fresh herb, and then a little extra fat. Well, meatballs are looking good, smelling good. Honestly, sometimes I know how the dish will come out by knowing what the raw meat smells like. It sounds like a crazy thing, but when you're in the kitchen as much as me, when you know, you know. All right, so let me get these meatballs finished up, and we're gonna throw them in the oven and move on to your quick 1-minute sauce. All right, so we're almost finished getting our meatballs together here. With the lamb, I went with the olive oil to add a little bit of extra fat, but on my beef and pork, I actually do a little dollop of mayo to just richen things up just a tiny bit. Okay. All right, just take a look at your meatballs there. Make sure, feel them up, make sure they are all about the same size. I don't want anything to cook too quick, but we are looking good. All right, so we're gonna throw our meatballs in our preheated oven. We get this stuff put away, and we'll get you going on the Asian-inspired salad that we got. So like I said, go about 25 minutes at 375, and then we're gonna turn up the heat and get a little color on those meatballs before we put them down. All right, here those meatballs are. Super nice little crust on the outside there. That broil did us well. And yeah, we'll let these set up and get going with our sauce. All right, it's salad time. So we have a bunch of components going in this one here. To start off, we do have a little bit of baby kale, but I'm gonna balance it out with a nice crunchy Savoy cabbage. You're gonna have a little scallion in there. We're actually gonna chop up some lemongrass that really adds a nice freshness, and then a little bit of radish for another little crunch. We'll be making the dressing in just a bit, but let's get our cabbage chopped up. I'm gonna go pretty small on this here. I love Savoy cabbage. I use all kinds of cabbages for slaws. Love red cabbage. Love sauteed cabbage with onions. All right, so nice and small on this. Probably go about 2 cups or so into the salad. Now this dressing here is really, really nice. It's definitely Asian inspired. We have toasted sesame oil, and then we finish the dressing with a little bit of tahini paste to thicken it up and add a little nuttiness and texture to the dressing. All right, we got our scallions. We're gonna go small on these too. Probably about a 1/4 cup of the scallions here. Nice and small. Sometimes I go with white onion on here. I've done it with red onion, but this mix seems to have everybody coming back. All right, 1/4 cup of that. We're gonna do some radishes. We'll go pretty tiny on these guys too. All my salads, I chop small. I like to get everything in one bite. All right, so in half, and then a few more times. This salad here, I did around the holidays, and sneaking in a little, fish sauce and a little fresh ginger in that dressing really got people excited. So I'm happy to do it here with all you. Probably go about a 1/2 cup of the radish. So behind me, I got my water almost boiling. The meatballs have been in for about 20 minutes. We'll let those go about another 5-10 minutes, and then we'll put them into the broiler there. All right, so next is the lemongrass. We're gonna chop this up pretty small. Kind of just a sprinkle to surprise you there. All right, everything in our salad, and let's get to our dressing. Okay, so for this dressing here, the base of it is going to be a toasted sesame oil. I really want to bring out a nice nuttiness to go along with the with that zing of the ginger. So, toasted sesame, a little bit of olive oil, We're gonna go with our white wine vinegar here. Always salt and pepper. Not too much on this one because we are going in with the fish sauce and the soy sauce that's gonna be salty as well. We got our tahini here. So we got the tahini here. That's gonna add a nice creamy texture to the dressing and also help it stick to all our ingredients for the salad. Next is a little bit of fish sauce and soy sauce, just a tiny bit. Give it that Asian flair. We have a little bit of fresh ginger, just a tiny chop on this one. Plays really nice with the sesame oil. Okay, we're gonna blend this up. All right, so consistency where I want it. I'm just gonna give it a taste and we will dress this right before we plate. Super nice, just the right amount of ginger. Thought that white wine vinegar would be a little bit too much, but seems really balanced. I'm gonna do a little bit of black pepper and a tiny bit more of olive oil, and we're good to go. All right, my pasta water looks like it's about ready. I'm gonna put my salad stuff off to the side and we're gonna get going on your quick 1-minute pasta sauce. Let's do it. This is about a 1-minute pasta sauce, more so oil based, so it's not gonna stick to your pasta like a normal pasta sauce, but it's nice and fresh. We got fresh basil, fresh garlic, more of that sheep's milk Parmesan, olive oil, a little bit of salt and pepper, tomato paste. Just gonna chop up our fresh basil, probably just about a 1/3 cup of this here, just rough chop. So we got our basil in here. We're gonna go 3 cloves of, call it what you want, fresh, but I'm frozen. Frozen garlic, always easier to crush. Just a little rough chop. Sometimes I go with I like a nice stank pungent cheese, but this sheep's head parm just gives you a little bit more tang than a regular pecorino. Probably go about 1/3 cup of the Parmesan. We got a little onion powder. Salt, pepper as always. Olive oil. Tomato paste. About a 1/3 cup of this as well. All right, so the color on this is beautiful. It's real tomato in your face. Almost reminds me of like a ketchup when we used to put it on our fries in school. So we have all our ingredients in here. Let's see how we're doing on the texture. We'll give this a taste. All right, so color on this one comes out almost like a penne vodka sauce, but don't worry, we'll be drinking on some episodes to come. All right, and let's see how we did on our sauce here. Consistency looks good. We'll make sure we got it just right. Now, like I said before, this kind of doesn't stick to your pasta, but super fresh. We're not changing a thing. All right, so we're gonna put our pasta down in our boiling water. We have our meatballs set off to the side. We're gonna plate a little salad for you and go to main course. All right, so we got our water boiling back here. We're just gonna turn it down to simmer and get our pasta in. All right, so just about 10 minutes on this here. We are going to plate some salads with some very special people I have with me. This woman's been with me since the beginning because she's my mother. And Johnny I, good friend of mine. Sometimes he's Johnny I, sometimes he's Giovanni, but we got them here today. All right, so salad, like I said from before, we have our Savoy cabbage, you got your baby kale, you got a little bit of lemongrass in there, scallion, and our nice tahini Asian-inspired dressing. So we have our fish sauce in here and the toasted sesame oil. Save a little bit to dress at the end. I'm gonna be eating some salad with my people today. Thank you guys for being here. We always finish with a little salt and pepper on this as well. You really want to work this in because you want to get this all over the cabbage. Enough radish. Yeah, looking good. Smells crazy, right? Yeah, the fish sauce I usually don't put in there, but I had to hit you with a little fresh ginger as well too. So we blended that right in, yep.
Your stomach changes.
Right? All right, looking good, smelling good. Even these out, little salt and pepper to finish. Get that glove and enjoy.
Thank you.
We eat right away.
Yeah, eat right away. That pasta should be out soon, and we're gonna roll up our meatballs a little bit because we want it to grab that sauce, grab that fresh basil. We got our sauce is actually a minute sauce that we made, so it's just the tomato paste, a little bit of olive oil, fresh basil, and fresh garlic. So yeah. I said I work enough, I don't have to slave over. Quick and easy, right?
Wow, that's delicious.
Yeah, pretty cool, right? Nice and fresh. Everybody got enough dressing?
Good, yes.
Yeah?
Perfect.
Now,
Oh, yeah.
doesn't look like a million things going on here, but you got that hidden lemongrass, really small, and then the scallion. Goes really good, right?
Tasty.
Right. Now I made this one around the holidays. That's what we tried that. I did a little bit different lettuce on this, but the two different greens gives you a really nice mix. Nice and crunchy with the Savoy lettuce, and then backed up with the baby kale. All right, everybody. So we enjoyed salad course, correct? Yeah, nice and good.
So good.
All right, I got my lamb and beef meatballs out here. I put a little of its own juice on top. We're gonna roll that in a little bit of sauce. But right now I'm gonna take my pasta out. We're gonna put a little of our fresh parsley from before to tie in this tomato sauce. And then the thyme really locks in the richness of the lamb there. So, let's strain these guys. Pasta's good al dente. Let that sit just for a second. Let's put a little of our sauce down. Once again, this is that quick tomato sauce. You guys just taste a little bit. It's amazing, right? It tastes like you did it over the stove forever, but it's almost even better because it's so fresh. You know what I mean? So like I said, this is really mostly olive oil based sauce, so it doesn't stick like a normal tomato sauce would, but super nice. It's kind of surprising actually once it's down on the pasta. So we're gonna roll the pasta in the sauce as well. Let's give these a good coating. And we used a baking sheet on these ones again, a little tray so it caught all that nice juice, and then we put it in the broiler for about 500 for about 5 minutes. Got that little crust on there. All right, these are looking good. Let's get a little, we'll put a little thyme on here too. Fresh parsley. Get a bowl for your pasta. Ooh. All right, let's sauce this up. You want to save a little sauce too, just to drizzle on the very, very end there. Looking good.
Sure it does.
Yeah, boy. I don't even know what these are. I don't know what this
Gemelli.
pasta. What is it?
Gemelli.
Gemelli.
Yeah.
That's the Giovanni coming out.
That's a big
I
one.
love it. I love it.
Yeah, I could eat it every day.
And what were you saying before? Your family?
From Bari,
Okay.
the Adriatic coast,
Got you.
and there was a lot of Greek influence.
See, that's why I did it. I did an Italian meatball with lamb and beef for you, brother. That's
you
it.
Knew I was coming.
A little bit more Parmesan.
A lot of lamb and a lot of eggplant, and that's Greek influence.
Very cool.
definitely.
Very cool. All right, a little bit more fresh parsley. All right, and these are going right down. You smell that fresh garlic, yeah?
Never have enough garlic.
Yeah, it's good for you.
Oh,
That's what they say. Oh, that's come on.
that's a lot.
All right, even these out a little bit. I don't know. I look like I was gonna get the big portion, right?
You did all the work.
All right, finish up with some meatballs here. Beauties. Nice little crust, right? We'll just line up 3 here for everybody. Take some home for leftovers if y'all like. Yeah, nice and sauced up here. Nice little char on the outside. We'll finish with a little bit of Parmesan cheese and get you guys going.
It's like Sunday. Sunday you gotta have macaroni. It was macaroni when I was growing up.
Macaroni.
It wasn't pasta, it was macaroni. Macaroni.
All right. Fresh thyme. And there we are.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Wow, it's pretty.
enjoy.
Pretty.
You served him enough meals for me.
Ain't that right? All right, let's see how we did. I'm gonna have a little myself. Bon appetit. This is what I was talking about before, the sheep's milk Parmesan. Yeah, Chris put me up on that, but it's got a little more stank to it. It's good.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, a little more sauce. Yeah, a little
This is
bit.
perfect.
Yeah.
Right on meatball. Good.
Gonna take a little bit more myself.
You know what? I find a lot of restaurants oversauce their pasta.
Oh, I'm the same way. I'm the same way. And this one, it's got a lot of flavor to it, but it goes away because it's mainly olive oil based.
Yeah. I mean, they you get a dish of pasta and it's floating in sauce.
That's
It's
ridiculous.
Too much.
It's like I'm doing, I always say with the eggplant that I do, it's the best coming right out the oven. You don't even need, you don't need too much. You know what I mean? We do, I'm doing an eggplant episode coming up too. It's really, really nice. I'm excited to do that.
Eggplant.
It's gonna be nice. Pasta's cooked well.
Perfect.
Delicious.
Yeah, nice.
Very good.
You taste the meatball yet?
Not yet. I'm going.
Get in there.
Nothing like fresh basil too.
Yeah, yeah.
Fresh herbs.
I know. Yeah, you don't lose them.
Come on, baby.
Well, thank you so much for you guys coming out here. I really appreciate it.
This is really a pleasure.
Yeah, I really appreciate it.
You know, I used to take the Bell Parkway so often. I don't do it. I'm going the other way now.
Well, you're here now.
So, this is so easy.
Yeah, it's good. All right, well, that looks like it's a wrap for us. I hope everyone enjoyed their meals. I hope you took away some tips and tricks to bring into your own kitchen. And until next time, everybody, stay blessed. I'll see you soon.